Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk. Today it's rather overcast it seems. It's also dark kinda early. I think that's actually what it is, it's just got dark early. I mean, I suppose it is September. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of September. I honestly don't know what all I'm gonna even talk about today. Usually I'd have at least some idea before I start. Is this just a normal cricket, or is this actually something new? It's just a regular cricket. Whoop, everything's messed up now. I should probably do... No, oh god. Menus! There we go. I suppose something I could talk about is, oh jeez. Tomorrow's weather. The Halifax forecast tomorrow is sunny and the autumn moon should appear bright in the night sky. Oh. I think that's a weather event. Like a harvest moon kind of thing. So I think I'll want to be playing tomorrow night. I mean, if it's anything like today, then I'll just have to wait and record around like 6. I suppose it is like 10 to 7, but still. Yeah, I could talk about Splatoon, because we just passed a Splatfest like yesterday in video time, today in real life time. And I've yet to see the results. I don't even know if they've been tallied yet. But I'm calling it now of Retro wins. Even with the changes, I'm calling it as Retro wins. And this, keep in mind, I'm recording this before I have seen the results. I've been assuming Retro is going to win 4 days now. Because it was clearly the less popular team. Which means, you know, it has an advantage. Because, and this is just general game design of Nintendo's Splatfest system is bad design. You could basically do an entire class on how bad the design of that mode is. Like that event. Because, okay. They take two sides and the player base gets to pick their side. Which is great. It's a popularity contest. That makes sense. You want the more popular side to have a chance of winning. Yeah? Well, with how Splatoon does, or how Nintendo handles Splatoon Splatfests, is previously it counted battles. This time it's counting clout, which clout is basically just your turf inked against the other team. But that still creates a problem. And that problem is the more popular team doesn't see the other team in every match. Meanwhile... Oh, Amelia wants something. Hey, Amelia. Hey, I really like that cricket you have there. Could you sell it to me for... Sure. You'd be open to negotiation. Here you go. Like, the less popular team will almost always get matches against the more popular team. But the more popular team will more or less always get matches against themselves. Now, in theory, that means it's a balanced, equal system. Because, you know, the other team has to be running into the more popular team. The problem is, with the more popular team being more popular, there are more bad players. Meaning, it's not an equal test of skill, it's more just, are you lucky enough to run into a team of noobs and then crush them, and then ta-da, you've now gained a win for your side. Because popularity only matters for 1 point of their 3-point system. Before it was solo and team battles, this time it'll be normal and pro battles will be the other 2 points. The majority of their popularity contest is battles. Who's best at battling? And that creates problems. Now, one of my moderators for my streams suggested, well, what if they made it so in team versus team games, where you're fighting your same team, you get, like, half the clout that you would normally get. That would make it so the more popular team would almost always win. Like, honestly, the best system is to make it so the more popular system would always win. No, more popular system. Yeah, the more popular system. More popular team. Because, well, it is a popularity contest. But that, given how Splatoon 2 and Splatfest work, means that Marina, one of their title musician characters, would always win the Splatfests. Because she is the more popular between the two. Like, everyone just picks Marina's side because they like Marina more than Pearl. Even I tend to do that, mostly because Pearl is a jerk. I don't want to side with a jerk. Which is honestly how Nintendo could have fixed the system and had it work off of popularity. Is not make one of the characters a jerk that nobody likes. I'm sure some people like, but... like, the original dynamic of Callie and Marie worked. Neither of them were particularly jerks. Marie did kind of crush Callie's spirits a lot, but it was never in really a mean way. It was, you know, more just curbing Callie's excitement. Pearl is just outright mean to Marina. The torso, we already have that. So, like, no one really wants to side with Pearl based on Pearl's personality. And everyone wants to side with Marina because, she is shapely, to put it lightly, and PG. That is kind of another thing they could have done better, is not make such a desirable visual difference between the two of them. I'll put it that way. Trying to keep this as PG as I can. It's not easy. Oh, hey, Grouch is in here having a coffee. Hey, buddy. Hey, I didn't think I'd see you in the cafe at this time of night. Heh. Guess you finally figured out what coffee is for, huh, Grumble? Oh, I already know what coffee's for. I just drink it at home. I'll have my usual. Press 200 bells. Cool. So it's just anyone? Most folks can't appreciate fine beans like these. I would like some pigeon milk. Mostly because saying no just makes me feel like a jerk. Because it's like, bleh, no. Like, no, I just no, please. I don't want any. But nah, you have to say, bleh, no. It's like, please, stop making me seem like a jerk. What is it with Nintendo and jerks? But yeah, honestly, like, myself, I would remove battles as a major factor for which side wins in the Splatfest. Have it still serve its other purpose it currently does, which is determining how many Super Sea Snails you get at the end of the Splatfest. Like, that works. That should be all battling is for, because that incentivizes people to play. But you shouldn't be incentivizing them to join the less popular team, because then that side will be spending less time fighting themselves and have more time having their battles actually matter for something. Like, and I know, even saying this, it sounds like this system should be balanced, but it's not. Which is the frustrating part, because, like, I feel like I'm complaining about nothing, basically. Because it's like, oh, well, you know, I even just explained. You know, the retro side in this recent Splatfest had to fight modern all the time. But the problems start arising from just skill levels. Especially because, like, here's a good example. Say a Team Retro team gets a 5-win streak. Well, given most modern versus modern games, a lot of people weren't even really trying because it didn't matter, so no one really wanted to put effort in. That means they're going to be running into probably not many people of another legitimate 5-win streak. They'll be running into a lot of new players who have got their 5-win streak because the opposing team of actual good players wasn't even trying. Which is also kind of a problem with just how Nintendo and a lot of games do a ranked system. Is, well, you get one veteran player who doesn't even try, who then, after their rank falls a lot, actually starts trying. They're just gonna curb stomp everybody, because they're just good enough. Yeah, I'm still debating on what I'm even gonna do today, other than just talk. Like, they need to do something to fix the system. And honestly, a big part of what is so wrong about the system is, say, okay, you're playing and you happen to lose a game. You have no chance to redeem that loss for another hour because all you're getting is team versus team games. If a retro team loses, they can immediately make up for that loss. Like, it just gives them the advantage on making up for losses. And causing more losses for the more popular side. Meanwhile, the more popular side, a lot of players are sat not really able to even tangibly take part in the Splatfest because they just, well, they can't get a game. Oh, there goes the UFO. Well, we missed that. I think it might actually come back by. Oh, I'm catching a salmon. Gotta listen for it. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come back by. Well, we should probably actually head off to Nooks, and I should also get my fishing rod back where it should probably be. Inventory? There we go. I'll put it right there. But, like, that is kind of a problem that a lot of games have, is it's really hard to build a balanced system like that. Like, even games like PlanetSide 2 have been trying to build a balanced system where people have to take sides. And they really can't exactly. Like, they have 3 factions. I forget the names of them, they're just red, blue, and purple. Purple is the least populated, and usually will get curb stomped out of a region within about an hour or 2 of the map resetting. Red... no, it's blue will generally, depending on how many people from that side is actually in a region, will hold out for about half the day and then get curb stomped out by the red, and red will just curb stomp just about everybody everywhere because they are the most populated side. They have the biggest advantage. Because their player count actually matters. Unlike in... say the Splatoon case, where player count matters, but in the opposite direction. Having a lot of players dooms you, where in PlanetSide having a lot of players is how you succeed. And with PlanetSide, it's mostly because, well, everybody playing in that region is in the same game. Like, there is no queues. You're just there, you're helping. So, you know, it just kind of creates problems. Like, making a system like that is incredibly difficult to do. And, like, I give Nintendo crap, but they have done a decent job, but they need to do a better job, is the problem. Because, like, it would be nice to have the more popular side actually have an advantage. Like, that would be very nice. But they probably won't ever have that. I'm gonna chill up here, because up here is just nicer. It looks tastier. And there's Woz going on. And I just kind of want to talk. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example of people taking a side and having it be a balanced thing. I honestly can't think of any. Because it is that difficult of a system to work out that there just isn't a simple answer. You basically, when building a system like that, have to think of who you're going to make the least angry. Like, well, in the case of Splatoon again. The more popular side, yeah, we're getting frustrated whenever we lose. And it's usually like Marina's side. We've literally been on a 3, assumably now 4 losing streak. That means our reward at the end of the Splatfest is lower. We're getting less reward. I mean, it's not a big difference. It's like 21 snails as opposed to 24 for winning. But still, it is a difference, and that is frustrating. But it's not really frustrating enough to make anyone stop. Like, if that was the case, then it's common knowledge in the Splatoon community that the more popular side loses, so people would have just joined Pearl and caused Pearl to lose if people actually cared about the people who normally join Pearl losing. Like, no one's angry enough for that. In Planet side, people joining the purple side know they're going to be outnumbered. They can see population counts before they even create their character. They're not going to create it thinking that they're going to actually succeed often. Like, they're just not going to do it. So they're not going to get very angry about it. The blue and reds, depending on who's actually winning, yeah, those people can get really salty and angry because, well, they think they're the best and they deserve to win, and if they don't win, you're cheating. But yeah, I should just end this off. I'm just rambling at this point. So with that, I'd like to remind everyone I do have a Patreon down below, should you wish to donate to it. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you do, that's great. I can use that money for upgrading things. And with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.